Honestly, this city has given me so much.
To be honest, I don't really measure anything. Healing is not linear, and I think today proved to me that I am healing. Today, it is Mexico contra Ecuador. What's your craft?
There's so many important people for me here in LA, you know?
Exactly. You know you're in a gay man's house when you can barely see yourself. And you know what? We love it. It hides the blemishes. It's the perfect lighting for pictures, for video. So let the pregame begin. To be honest, I don't really measure anything. Nobody should. I think you should just eyeball 2 shots of Jose Cuervo and then I pour the full bottle. Okay, I think that's like doing the most, but it's okay. I feel like that's even. I feel like this is a lot of tequila. I have a heavy hand. I have a heavy hand. Can I pour it after though? Or what do you? Baby, it's what time is it?
Does anybody else want some of their sausage?
Your sausage?
I opened the door for them.
What? Bye.
I love this song.
We're out here in South Central with the girls and him. We're gonna go see Rosalía. Who's ready to see Rosalía? I wasn't gonna drink, but last time I was here. So Rosalía was the first concert I ever went to on my own. Anyway, Rosalía first concert here 4 years ago at the YouTube theater. Rosalía, I'm a fan. These bitches didn't know about you back then, but I did, Rosalía. Look, as long as you know.
Honestly, this city has given me so much. And there's so many important people for me here in LA, you know? Recibamos con amor y con un aplauso inmenso, por favor, a la única e inigualable, a la bichota.
That concert was literally everything I could have asked for and more. I can't believe the level of artistry that this woman possesses. Far too much. Like, she really is our generation's like legend, icon, living legend by fucking Lana Del Rey. My favorite song was La Yugular. And for my concert, for my show, she brought out Carol G. And so for the girls who know, Carol G is, they say, I'm like, should I move? Because they're like flashing the girls, honey. The streets are saying that Carol G and her are like enemies. And today she just disproved those nasty rumors.
The rumors and nastiness.
That they are enemies. They are far from it. They are far from being enemies. Let's just say Carol G's confessional was not the hottest tea, but I'm also like, damn, is that why she broke up with Fade? It was kind of gaggy, I will say that, if that is true. But that lady has an extraordinary amount of talent. And honestly, I'm just so grateful to be living on the same timeline as her. I saw her actually 4 years ago, and she was my first solo concert ever. I was 26 at the time, and I got wasted. I got white girl wasted. I'm not gonna lie. I think I was just so nervous to like be alone. And it's so interesting. I was reflecting today, and I'm like, it's so crazy how like time literally heals. Cause 4 years ago, again, I was getting wasted. I don't really remember much of the concert because I was so wasted. And this time, well, my girls and I drank before, but and I was a little lit prior to the show, but on our way there, I sobered up pretty quickly, and I was sober the whole time. I saw everything, and it just goes to show that I have grown. I think oftentimes we want to see healing to look a certain way or to feel a certain way, but as everybody knows, healing is not linear, and I think today proved to me that I am healing, and it's going to be a lifelong process. You will take 3 steps forward 1 year and maybe 4 steps back another. But the whole point of life is to keep moving forward. And Adrienne Marie Brown says this: small is all. Small is all. I think I proved tonight to myself that I can actually go to concerts on my own. This is the second time I go with friends, but we're in different sections. So I'm just really proud of myself. And I need to get a little thing to hook up to my car so I can do like car vlogs. But I am happy. I am in love, and I'm just grateful. It's a new day in the workroom, and today it is Mexico contra Ecuador. And a bitch is excited, a bitch is nervous. She didn't get the jersey because mama is thick, and my friend got a large. A large? But honey, maybe it's giving the large is a little too small. So we are gonna go with this green t-shirt and hopefully make the best out of it. We are bringing horchata to the game. We're going to a watch party in Chinatown. So hopefully that is going to be everything that it needs to be. This is horchata. You ready, horchata? We're going to go see the game. And hopefully we're going to win. Mira, salchicha, wey. But it's okay. Because we're out here in teen spirit vibes. I just got off the phone with my friend Stella, and we were just talking about the art of commitment, the art of like looking good, of feeling good. And I think right now I've been in such a weird like place in my life because I'm like partly in Mexico City, partly in LA. When I moved to Mexico City almost a year ago, I knew that I wanted to do like a trial run, even though I had lived there 8 years ago. I wanted to do another trial run because I was low-key kind of scared of all the like digital nomads and like the Americans living in Mexico City, because it wasn't that big when I used to live there in 2018 and 2019. Pre-pandemic, it still felt very Mexican. And anyway, I wanted to do this trial period in Mexico City, but I knew that I wanted to come back to LA because I had built such a strong community and a strong network in 2025 here. And I felt like I was already clipping that like growth, like the blossoming of this beautiful garden full of flowers that are my friends and my community, if I left too soon. And so I said to myself, I'm gonna go back and forth. And honestly, I feel like I have divided my time like 50-50 between Mexico City and LA. But now as I'm approaching the 1 year mark in Mexico City, I realize I have to commit. Like, what is commitment? I feel like I'm so bad at committing to really anything because I want my cake and I want to eat it too kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I want I want this and I want that. Settling is a strange concept to me because I feel like once I settle, it's game over. But I also know that every time I move, I feel like I'm repeating this cycle of like starting over again and again and again. And I never get to see the growth or the evolution of something because I'm never committed to a place. And even Rosalia wrote about this in her Substack the other day about I see so much potential everywhere, which is why I just don't feel equipped to settle and to commit to one thing because I want to commit to everything. But I guess it's kind of like that saying of jack of all trades is a master of none. But the full saying is jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than just one or something like that. And I think living in Mexico City and LA, like right now, like has given me that experience of like building this bridge called my back. But now I think it's time to start to seed something. In Spanish, or I guess in Mexico, we say echar raíz. And it really is building those roots because I'm really good, I feel like, at planting seeds, but I've never stayed around enough to water the seeds. And that has always been kind of like the sad part of like my 20s is yes, I've given so much of my life to the world, if you will. Like I feel like I've lived a lot everywhere. Even in LA when I used to live here, like full time, I moved apartments every year just because I didn't want to feel like this idea of settling or like this feeling of settling always like scared me. So I always ran away. And I think ultimately what I'm realizing now is that I do run away. I do. I think I'm scared of the potential that exists when you stay. And so I've been so adverse, or I've been like so scared of that, of staying. But what are the possibilities that I can activate? Like, what possibilities can I activate if I stay, if I decide to stay? And I think right now there's so much momentum and I'm growing and I'm building something in Mexico. You know, I have a small group of friends in Mexico City, and I still have a lot left more to discover in Mexico City about myself. I think something else that I think about is this question that haunts me that an old friend of mine would always ask me. Or no, he didn't always ask me. He maybe just asked me one time, but he said, "What's your craft?" And I paused and I thought to myself, what is my craft? As someone who is Oaxacan, like I don't feel like I use my hands enough, and that is something that is so vital to indigenous Oaxacans especially. It's, you know, they say la tierra es de la quien la trabaja. But if you don't work the land, you have no right to steward it. And I think to myself, if I don't have a craft, then what am I at the end of the day? And I think right now that I've turned 30, I've thought a lot about that. What is my life? Who is she? Because yeah, I mean, you know, I have a full-time job and I love my full-time job. And also I feel like I haven't hit my potential. I haven't maximized my potential. And I want to discover that. I want to discover that in this decade, in my 30s. And maybe this is the time, right? Like I'm still very young. I still have a whole life ahead of me. And at the same time, the past is not going to be back. Like you can never go back. And so with that knowledge that I can never go back, and sometimes opportunities may just come and go. And if I'm not ready, if I'm not showing up, am I just going to keep letting these opportunities come and go? So I think it's time to really truly lock in and really think about who she is. Who is Horchata Cutie? And what is my craft, you know? The Horchata Cutie world, what is that? I want to live in that world. And how do I bring that and jump a few timelines to bring that world into this reality? So I think that's where I am now after this full week of Rosalia, of seeing old friends, of reconnecting with new ones, and seeing the World Cup, and just like there's so much life to live. The concept of not just a good life, but the idea of a good life as a verb. How do I bring that into my consciousness? Especially because, you know, I love the party. I love the party and the party loves me. But it's not all that. So what is the balance? Hashtag respect the balance. And I don't think I have been. And that's okay. Because I also feel like every time I'm in LA, I'm just kind of like vacationing. But at the same time, it's like, it's great to vacation. but what am I actually doing in my life that feeds me, nourishes me, outside of like the work that I'm doing or outside of like the fun that I'm having and the communities that I'm building? What else can nourish me? I feel like there's untapped potential there. And so, anyway, here I am with 3 weeks left in LA, just thinking about all that. And I hope I get to answer, I think, a lot of these existential questions sooner rather than later. And I hope that the stars do align pretty quickly. But again, at the end of the day, like I was telling my friend, it's all about showing up. I'm excited for what's to come, and I hope that I can continue to grow and evolve now that I've hit 30.